Greetings, adventurers. It is I, DerpHerp, bringing you back a video you haven't seen in a while, which is the deck profile. It's for Tearlaments, my probably one of my favorite decks, and honestly, I just love fusions. I like this whole aquatic, watery, mystical aesthetic that they have going on, and the way that they fusion summon, not needing a fusion spell. So I think they're a great deck, and I got first place with them at my locals this past weekend, and it was a blast. Love playing it again. I'm glad to be back into playing the game. It's been too long playing in paper, so I just want to show you all this. I'm really happy with how it's been performing, and let's just get right into the deck profile, okay? So, we're gonna head and start off with, we got 3 Rhino Heart. Self-explanatory. You could run it at 2. I don't. You could, cut space elsewhere. You cut them for space elsewhere. No, I don't like it that way. One of each of the girls, because that's all we can run, so we're gonna run that. And then we got 3 of Tier Cash. Great, it's another name, and it's just great. We can play on our opponent's turn with it. I'm gonna go ahead and and I seem to have lost some things. Yeah, here we go. We're also going with 3 of our field spell, because we need that. R.I.P. Pearl Rhino and Master Duel, though. Good lord. We got 1 Meta Noise. It's really good disruption for certain decks. Could be a sideboard piece, but I like it in the main. It comes up often enough, especially with how much decks link. And then we also got 2 of Suliak. You could run that at 3. I do like it at 3, but we're just playing around with some things. It did well for me this weekend, so I'm not hating on it. And then we also are running 1 Heartbeat for back row removal in some capacity. My locals, there's enough of it to where I'm at least going to have a main board piece that I can use. There's no reason not to. If I can piece it in, I will. And then I'm also running 2 Scream, another thing that I would like to run at 3. I can make space for it. I just choose not to because it's been successful so far. And why fix what isn't broken? And then Terrific Karma. It's an honorary tier card as far as I'm concerned, since it can search out our field spell. And speaking of honorary, we could also just say our playset of Fenrir's honorary is part of the engine as it searches out our Kashtira Tearlament. With Fenrir is, he threatens. 2 cards are getting removed when he comes out. Activate a field effect, banish it. Face down too, which is great. Also with it is gonna threaten a body whenever he comes down. 2400 is nothing to sneeze at. So kind of chunky. Moving on from this, we'll go into our the next important engine of this, since, it's a Horus tier, as you can tell by the title of the video. So we'll start off with, we got 1 Happy, 3 Imseti, and 2 of King Sark. You could honestly run a smaller package of it. Why would I? There's no reason to. But you could, if you wanted to play it cheaper, because I know Imsetis are still kind of expensive, even with the reprint. I mean, there's ways you can make the deck cheaper, and if anyone would want to see like a budget version of tier, I've played so many tier at so many price points from peak of the meta to now, and it is yeah, I can make one. But anyway, we got our honorary tier cards. I would also say being the shufflers. You have to be playing them, as far as I'm concerned. And then we got our non-engine being Shadal Beast and Squamata and Beast King. And then we run to a really small danger package, really just to kind of go into a rank 4s and also be an Aqua name for our fusions that we're making. So that's just some more options. And then this is our Rule Colossus, and our ability to make Rule Colossus. This is just our copies of what's her face? Our banned one. Kit Kolos. I miss her. Don't miss her enough to remember her name, apparently. And then for our spell and trap lineup of non-engine, it's just a single Foolish Burial Goods, a Centrifugal Karma, Tactics, and 3 Polys, because Super Poly's busted, and we like board breakers. I don't play hand traps in this version and the main board, just because I don't find a need to. You can break their board, then that's all that really matters. And then you can just kill them on the crackback. Going into our extra deck, though, we are running 1 Rulkalos, 1 Kaleido Heart, 1 Winda, because, I mean, what do? You play Floodgates, and that's it for, like, our, you know, kind of like, I would say engine, related, fusions. Then for our super poly targets, we got Regostapelia, Garura, Starving Venom. This is a little tech. This is like a flex space in here. We also got the Mud Dragon. That's a flex space in this list just because at my locals, there is a lot of dark decks all around, or just a high volume of dark cards. So even though it's not a mandatory thing, I feel like in tier anymore, at my locals, it's worth playing because it comes up all the time. So I'd like to have it, not need it, then need it, not have it. Because not everyone's playing fusions. Not everyone's even playing things that are all the same type or whatever. And that's pretty common. I like to at least have that answer because I'm going to run into that chance. Whether it's something in their extra deck and I got something on board, I can go in. You know, we can do a lot with it. Onto our Exceed package. We are running 1 the Zombie Vampire because, well, also, I don't have a Pilgrim Reaper. So I do have ways of going into that. I don't play Engraver because I don't have those cards, and the rest of the package. So that's what we got. We are only running a Vampire, and then we got our Toad Shark package because it's great. I mean, it's just free negate. Part of why we play the Beast King because it's a level 4 water. So we can go into Shark with that and Rhino Heart. And then, you know, because what else? Well, like I said, you play Floodgates. So we also got Baguska. We got some stun decks over in my locals, things that are just kind of hard to deal with, or things like Blue. Yeah, I call Blue a stun deck. Or, you know, a bunch of shifter decks too. Nothing super crazy, but this kind of lets me play through that and just wait it out, and then kind of get rolling. Then with that, our last piece of the package is Time Thief Redoer. He's just sticky. There's a lot of rogue at my locals, so being able to also rip resources from them they need off the top of their deck can be pretty valuable and impactful, and could really you know, disrupt their game plan if it's the right things. And then he's also just sticky and provides a lot of value, and he's a 2400 body, so nothing to like sneeze at. I mean, he's the same size as Fenrir, so pretty good. Next is our Link package. It's pretty standard, I'd say, as far as what generic stuff you'd be playing. We got IP, we got SP, and we have access code. Access code comes up quite a bit when I'm at my locals with where I'm getting evenly matched and IPing into like save my board from getting erased, and then going into just this big dude who can't be dealt with, and just keep swinging face, keep swinging for 43. I could play different things like cut this for like a Link 3 that I could use to make access 5300, but I'm not going for OTK lines with it anyway, so I don't see a need for any of that. But that's it for my extra deck. I might as well show y'all what I'm running in my sideboard. It'll give you just like, it's pretty generic. I feel like it's a very run-of-the-mill, nothing fancy sideboard. Like, it's not tech for anything super specific. So start off with it, because just my locals has got a lot of different things, so I'd rather cover all my bases than, you know, get tuned into one thing and then get rolled because I'm not prepared for others. We're running 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 3 Nib, 3 Imperm, and then I'm running, oh look at that, more Floodgates in D Barrier, and then a singular scatter shot if I'm going into a game 3 and I'm really not sure on if I can actually close the game out, so I need to take it in time. I usually never have to go into it, but every once in a while, when there's especially a deck that I'm not super playing from someone new coming into the shop, I'd rather be safe than sorry, you know? I mean, we got first up at locals with the deck, so it's able to put in a lot of work. I'm really pleased with the way the deck's been performing. I missed playing Tearlament, you know, for a while after my accident. If anyone remembers that 2 years ago, whenever Tier was at the height of its power. But yeah, that's my deck profile for Tearlament. Easily one of my favorite decks. I got plenty of other decks I can kind of go over. If there's anything you want to see or have me take a look at, I am more than happy to, try something new. I love new ideas. One thing I'm kind of working on is Orcust and Phantom Knights are two I'm looking at. I kind of want to get back into doing Dragon Maids and Dragon Link. I also got Blue and Trap Tricks, and some other decks lying around that I can maybe do some profiles on or something. Or if there's any budget decks, because I love budget deck building, drop a comment below and let me know. Also, remember to like, comment, and subscribe anyway. It helps me out a ton, and I'm definitely trying to come back into making content like I used to. I've been on hiatus long enough. It's paid off because I bought a house. Anyway, hope y'all had a wonderful new year, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Farewell, adventurers.
10, 9, 7, 5, 3, sound 1, start.